My name is Jesse.
My name is Jalea, and today is April 11, 2025.
And this is Wolfpack News.
Happy birthday to the following students. April 7th, Latoya Westmoreland. April 8th, Heather Smith. Scotty Tutwiler. April 9th, Knox Fiducia. Justin Richardson. April 10th, Ashlyn Phillips. April 11th, Asaya Phillips. Kelsey Weeks. April 13th, Ronnie Hill Foster. Lanila Jackson. Aiden Lopez. And David Warlow. And happy birthday to the following teachers. April 11th, Miss Jones.
This week's admin corner, we have something special for y'all for
Assistant Principal's Appreciation Week.
Dr. Warlow, Mr. Davis, and Reverend Ford, we love you. The great principals, assistants, everything.
Action.
I'm Jason, I'm here with
Morgan.
Nadir. Skylar.
question of the day. One word to describe yourself.
Queen.
Alpha.
Shark. Hey, let me say it again. I'm a shark.
What's your favorite shoe brand?
Crocs.
Felines.
Uncle Twitter.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Chipotle.
Jax.
Popeyes.
Appreciate y'all. I'm Jess, I'm here with
Danny G.
D-Rock. Marks.
today. Question is one word, describe yourself.
Humble.
Unique.
Favorite shoe brand?
Jordan.
Jordan. Versace.
I didn't even know shoe brand.
Fast food restaurant?
McDonald's.
Wingstop. Burger King.
Man, appreciate you, man.
Burger King, bro.
I'm Jess, I'm here with
TK from the C.
J Bub.
What's y'all favorite shoe brand?
Baby.
Beers.
Sure. What about favorite fast food restaurant? Raise the cane.
Wingstop. So itchy.
One word to describe yourself.
Dick, eels.
It's two words. The man said, I know what.
Chicken.
Hey,
Gone.
Sweet.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Jam, you.
Now over to Logan Cook with Rock and Roll News.
Konnichiwa, everyone. Welcome back to Rock and Roll News. And for today, I got some more news to cover. So, first off, Limp Bizkit, Crazy Town, Evanescence, and other bands have been announced for Devil May Cry soundtrack. This should spice the soundtrack up a bit. And next up, Jack Black has performed the My Chemical Romance parody on SNL. Pretty funny, huh? And next up, 3 Days Grace Adam Gontier says it might be time for a collab with Shaquille O'Neal. This should be interesting. And next up, Godsmack's drummer Shannon Larkin and guitarist Tony Rambola have both quit the band. So sad. And lastly, Here's the Veil announces their US tour dates with Health, Eka Vandal, and Like Roses. And that's all I got for y'all today. Have a great day and keep on rocking and rolling.
Hello, welcome back to Arcade Cave. Today I'm going to be giving my reasons for why I think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero failed. Now, before we begin, I'm going to just tell you guys what I thought of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero before I seen it. And I'm going to be honest, I did not buy Dragon Ball Sparking Zero because I did not like the way the game looked. To be honest, I didn't think that the way the characters' faces were depicted looked good. I also don't really like the consistent use of the explosion bubble effect on skills and Ki Blast. Now with some of my personal nitpicks out of the way, let's get to some legitimate reasons why Dragon Ball Sparking Zero flopped. Although the game has only been out for half a year, the game has lost 87% of its concurrent players with a peak of 120,000 to around 15,000. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has some unfortunate game-breaking bugs like instantly dying, being counted as being out of bounds when you're clearly in the arena, and some visual bugs, along with poor connection in matches. And sometimes when you killed an opponent and there are other characters entered the field, your camera will unlock onto the opponent, which made it hard to find the opponent without lock-on because of poor camera control and the maps being so big and the player being so small. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero also has some extremely bad balancing problems with certain characters. In Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, they made it so that there is a point system so that you can't just run the most powerful characters in Dragon Ball alongside each other to try to balance the game. Now this seems fair and balanced, but it really isn't because of how characters are balanced. With abilities, obviously, the higher the point cost, the more stronger the character. Because of this, people either ran fusions or MUI Goku because they are just so much stronger than 6 to 7 point costing characters. They just dealt more damage and had more HP. It was to the point where you only consistently see 3 characters every match. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero then tried manually balancing some characters, which then they made a mistake making Yashirobe a 2-point costing character, one of the most strongest characters in the game. Now here's what I think is one of the most major contributions to why Dragon Ball Sparking Zero failed, and that is the unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, androids in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which most of them have been banned for tournaments, had infinite ki and had the ability to fly infinitely up and down, being able to completely avoid enemy attacks. And it's sad because it's not like they didn't try to fix any of these problems. They had 4 patches before the first DLC was released, but it's just unfortunate because it is too late. Hopefully with new DLCs, the game gains back some of its players. That's all for Arcade Cave, and I'll see you later.
Attention 9th and 10th grade students. If you're interested in signing up to attend Gear Up Summer Camp, check your Google Classroom for more information. There will be a student council meeting on Monday, April 14th, immediately after school in Miss Lee's room. All current student council members need to be present and on time. All petitions for student council office and Miss or Mrs. are due to Miss Lee on Friday, April 11th by 3:30 p.m. Seniors, please check your Google Classroom for graduation information for Miss Williams. Attention, dual credit students. If you have missing assignments, please make sure that you complete any and all missing assignments. Final exam will be the last week of April. Also students, those of you who also signed up for CTE classes for next year, Ms. Jackson and Dr. Braggs will be on campus this Friday to speak with 9th and 10th grade students. They will answer all questions related to the CTE program.
If Cinderella's shoe was a perfect fit, then how did it fall off? Doctors can't really save your life. They can only delay your death. Dude, we were once taught to use plastic instead of paper to prevent the deforestation of forests, right? But now we use paper instead of plastic to save the ocean from pollution. Which one do we want to do, guys? If trees give us oxygen, how are we able to breathe in the desert? If anything, plants are the ones farming us. They give us oxygen daily until we all eventually decompose into manure which they consume. Hang on. What's the opposite of opposite? We will never know what it smells like underwater. Hold on a ding-dang minute. How's the sun burning in space? They say you need oxygen for fire, right? But there is no oxygen in space. How's that so? Dude, we spend our whole lives gathering members to go to our funerals. My brother in Christ. Cars, buildings, and anything else that humanity has made don't add to the weight of the earth. All the materials were already here. If you really think about it, watching a cartoon is watching someone's imagination come to life. What if phobias were made from how you died in an alternate dimension? If you work overtime at McDonald's, are you working a McDouble? Alright, that's all I have for today. See y'all next week.
No one can diet at a Disney park. A macabre entry here and a surprisingly popular one. To clarify, no one is claiming that Disney properties emit a magical life-giving energy, at least so far as we know. Rather, the claim is that no one ever has been legitimately pronounced dead at a Disney park. This myth asserts deceased bodies from park property before informing the authorities, presumably in order to avoid negative publicity. Putting aside the legal implications of such an act, shapes once again coming to my aid. The fact-checking site has unearthed at least 3 documented cases of deaths on Disney property, including 4 from the 1980s and another from 2018. When a utility worker at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort died after the cart he was working on flipped, pinning him to the floor. While the Disney Corporation has certainly been accused of overzealous protection of its public image, on this one, it's in the clear.
Welcome back to Deep Dive Documentaries. Today we'll talk about Dahmer on Dahmer, A Serial Killer Speaks. It is a 2017 documentary series that explores the life and crimes of Jeffrey Dahmer through interviews with Dahmer himself, as well as those who knew him. The documentary features exclusive interviews with Dahmer recorded in 1993, 2 years before his death. Dahmer shares his thoughts on his crimes, motivations, and inner struggles, providing a unique glimpse into the mind of a serial killer. The documentary examines Dahmer's childhood, family relationships, and early warning signs of his disturbed behavior. The series delves into Dahmer's crimes, including the murders of 17 men and boys and his eventual arrest in 1991. Experts offer an insight into Dahmer's psychology, discussing possible motivations such as his struggle with his sexuality and his desire for control. Dahmer on Dahmer, A Serial Killer Speaks provides a chilling and thought-provoking look at the life and crimes of Jeffrey Dahmer through exclusive interviews, expert analysis. The documentary offers a unique perspective on the mind of a serial killer. I think Jeffrey Dahmer really got what he deserved in prison because what he did to those boys were wrong.
And over to sports.
Softball, the 4th, we had a double header. first one, Riverside won 11-4. Then Clarksdale 11-0. For the fifth, Riverside game canceled, and the fifth again, Winona canceled. The seventh, Gentry game 1, we won 14-0. Game 2, 10-0. On the 8th versus South Haven, our strikeout cancel game, we lost 6-7. On the 9th, Greenville, we won 17-0. Baseball, on the 3rd versus Gentry, game canceled. The 5th versus Water Valley, game canceled. And on the 8th, Canton, we won 7-3.
Welcome back to Worldwide News. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said on Tuesday that his military had captured 2 Chinese men fighting with the Russian army. Zelensky said that this was a clear sign that Russian President Vladimir Putin intended to continue the Ukrainian war, potentially threatening the ongoing peace negotiations brokered by U.S. President Donald Trump.
Canada police hunt for 3 suspects after 12 injured in shooting outside a Toronto pub. Police in Canada are searching for 3 male suspects following a shooting that injured at least 12 people outside a Toronto pub. Authorities said on Friday 6 people sustained gunshot wounds and 4 people have non-life-threatening injuries. Following the incident in the Scarborough neighborhood east of downtown Toronto, police said the extent of the injuries of the remaining victims is unknown. The victims range in age from 20s to mid-50s. No fatalities have resulted from the incident. Police said authorities are deploying all available resources to locate and arrest those responsible. A suspected shooter was wearing a black balaclava and was seen fleeing in a silver car. Police said Toronto's mayor said all necessary recovery resources are being deployed following the shooting and an investigation into the incident is ongoing. I am deeply troubled to hear reports of a shooting at a pub in Scarborough, Olivia Chow wrote in a post on Twitter. My thoughts are with the victims and their families.
Thanks for watching Wolfpack News.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.